Hey everyone, welcome to Princess of Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with Total Drama, the Ridonculous Race, episode 16 and on. Once again, we're just going to kind of take it as we go. We might do one episode, we might do two episodes, hell, we might do three episodes for all we know. It's kind of up in the air, probably no more than three, but just whenever I feel like I want to end it. So I'm getting interested because we're kind of starting to whittle it down, and we're really starting to see some changes with the characters. Like, obviously some characters have already started to change and develop and whatnot and have a few things go on with them. But now we see Devin has entered the stages of grief after Shelley broke up with him. We see that the father-son duo are not really trying to impress each other anymore. Well, the father's not trying to impress the son as much anymore. He's just being himself, I guess, more nowadays, because they had a talk about it and everything. Yeah, there's things going on, and right now we're kind of willing that. I mentioned last time that I'm wondering if they are going to end up bringing in any wild cards, and I'm still kind of curious about that because that could change the landscape of things for sure. Um, Especially when we have alliances having now broken up, such as with Noah and Emma. Emma has decided that, basically by Kitty's pushing, that their relationship is interfering with their chance to win, basically. And so she's basically saying they can't be in a relationship during the game, during the race. This, of course, messes with Noah, and this is gonna, put a damper on everyone. Kitty's an interesting case in this, though, because at the beginning she was very much for this relationship, but it's like her and Emma almost kind of switched places in terms of personality and interests here, because Kitty was the one who was pushing for Emma to get with Noah. She was pushing Emma to, to accept her feelings and everything. And now she's telling Emma, it's okay, this is getting in the way of us winning. And it's when was this an issue for you? I get that's probably supposed to be the joke and the point, that she suddenly became super competitive about it and started getting annoyed by the relationship, while Emma started becoming less competitive and more into the relationship. But still, it's wow, it's such a massive change, because Owen doesn't seem to have changed in regards to this as much. He's a little, maybe he sees the relationship as a little much, but he still seems to support it well enough. It's mostly just Kitty who's just kind of gone against it at this point. But we'll see what happens. The Goths have a pet now, Loki, so that's fun. But yeah, I'm excited to get to more of this, and hopefully we end up really enjoying it. Hopefully it ends up being just a lot of fun, as it typically has been. So, all of that being said, we're just going to get this started. So when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black, then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode or episodes. So, that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So another set of two, and another one where we have one elimination and one non-elimination round. And so we lost Dwayne and Dwayne Jr., but let's be honest, it was their time to go. They were never going to win, and they had they had greatly improved their relationship to the point where they're in a much better place than where they started. So I think it was the right time to get them out of the competition. And our team that would have been eliminated in the second episode is the Haters, who are starting to maybe get back together. They're still fighting, they're still arguing, but they're starting to lead in that direction again. Um, and I still think that's still my theory for how it's going to go. So we got some focus with Devin continuing to go through the stages of grief and everything. Most recently, he was in depression in the Arctic Circle, and kind of vibed with the Goths a little there. Ennui was at least respecting it, and even considered aligning with their team because of it, with the best friends. Um, but we see a lot of great stuff in this from the Goths. We find out that Crimson, she used to visit her grandmother's farm when she was young. We also find out that like she's really good at riding a mechanical bull, and there's a reason for it that she does not want to say, like some kind of dark, mysterious past, which is it's perfect for her. Let's be honest. Um, just kind of fitting in with the theme. Um, and they for the igloo made a skull. Like that's great as well. And they passed with it, which is even better. The fact that it actually worked. The Goths were on fire in this in these two episodes. They weren't like the huge focus, but they did great. Um, we also got to see Emma kind of pick up the relationship between her and Noah, because Noah was just not doing well. But Emma was able to pick it back up by telling him to his face, it's like, this doesn't mean I don't like you. I still like you. And I want us to be together. Just, we have to wait till after the race. We can't do it during the competition because of everything going on. And she's being competitive again by saying it's like, once we win, once me and Kitty win, me and you can be together at that point. It's like it's showing her getting back into her competitive nature, showing that they still love each other. They're just not able to be together during the course of the race. And you know what? Fair enough. It helped Noah, and things are better with him again. Uh, we have other teams just doing what they do. The police cadets being the police cadets. We have the ice dancers being manipulative. The bros being bros. Everything's kind of going as you would expect, if we're being honest. Um, and so it just kind of leads you to wonder, where are we going to go next? Because we went from the last episodes, we were in Australia, New Zealand, all that. This time we went to Canada and the Arctic Circle. So yeah, where do we go from there? Those are already two very distinct places. So now what? Very interested to see what we go to next, obviously, because I just enjoy the shit out of this series. Like, it's not the best series out there, of course. It doesn't. It has an ongoing plot, but it doesn't really have a story, you know, because it's a competition. It's designed to be equivalent to a real life competition, like The Amazing Race in this particular case. So it's going to be entertaining and cringy and um, just very stupid, but in the best kind of way. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be dumb. The characters are supposed to be over the top stereotypes. Like, that's the joke. That's what they're going for. That's always been the joke. So, yeah, I like that they're they're just really continuing to nail that in the head with this season, I guess you could say. And I hope when the new one comes out, the new Total Drama Island comes out later this year, that nails it as well. If it's the same team behind it, which I think I read that it was, I think they're going to nail it. I know it's a whole new cast. The only returning characters, I believe, are Chris and Chef. Um, and it's going to be on the island again. And I believe it is like just continuing from the story from where we left off, and all. So it is an actual sequel of sorts. Um, so so Chris and Shep will probably acknowledge things from the past and everything. So it's going to be interesting to see how that goes. Um, and as I've already said, I will be reacting to that for sure because of how much fun I'm having reacting to this. If for no other reason, it's like I almost kind of wish I hadn't seen the previous seasons before so I could have just reacted to this series as a whole. That would have been pretty damn fun. Um, but instead, it's like I'm okay with at least getting to react to some of it, you know? But yeah, so we'll just continue to go on with this ride and see where it eventually ends. I'm not going to say we're going to do 2 episodes every week or whatnot, or not every week necessarily, but every time we do one of these videos. I'm not going to promise that. Sometimes we might only do one again still. Sometimes we might even do 3. It just depends on what I'm feeling, and we're going to keep going with that. Just whatever I'm feeling at the moment, stop whenever I feel like it's right to stop. And that's how we're going to go from here on out with this series. If it just does continue to end up being 2 episodes a lot, then it just does. But we'll see. We'll see. Either way, thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know your thoughts on these 2 episodes of Total Drama The Ridonculous Race down in the comments below. And for now, I'm Connie and I'm signing off. See you all next time.